to FOB.
Ah, hello. Hello, hello. Um, I am going to... how do I want to do this? I really like using that shotgun, but I don't think it's going to be effective because it is very, relatively low level, I think. Yeah, this'll do. I'm gonna get this nuke. I wanted to do farming today. I wanted to farm materials. I need those pretty badly. But the base is not open right now, which sucks. But we'll figure some shit out. I mean, this guy's PF is banned. I didn't look at his 4th FOB. If it was in progress, then I might be screwed. Because that might mean he's still active. But we're going to hope for the best. Because I'm really not in a position to do PvP. But you do gotta be prepared for that no matter what. I've actually kind of enjoyed doing these, like, stealth nuke missions. It's actually quite fun for me. Because it is kind of like, you know, it's kind of a best of both worlds situation. Where you have to be both, you know, you gotta be stealthy and you gotta be careful, but, you know, there's also the PvP, well, potential for PvP. So you have to, you know, keep that in mind as well. Okay, bro. I don't know. Destroying UAVs is probably a stupid idea. At least getting them to blow up like that is a stupid idea. That is for certain. Yeah, these mid-range guards, they can be pretty nasty in terms of being able to see you and shit. So you never want to be too brazen. But I think as long as I keep my head down. Can my dolphin diving, like, work? Weird. I just charged my wireless keyboard, so I shouldn't have a problem with, that. What rank is this guy, by the way? Okay, he's just gonna fuck off and go over there. I love that, when they're, like, looking at you, but they don't see you at all. Dude, what is going on here? I need to give my thumb some more space to work. It's, like, so unnecessary to do all that, but... you know, never be too careful. I think I got cut off. That's funny. Whoa. Man, my dolphin diving is not working very well right now, which is unfortunate. You go to sleep. Let me see you. I don't think I'm gonna core this guy, to be honest. It's kind of not necessary. The only reason that I would actually do that is for GMP costs, but yeah, it's whatever. I'll live with it.
Mother base.
Always love doing that. See, that's the thing, is like doing stealth on nuke bases is really fun, because if you don't, if you don't leave a wormhole, then you don't have to worry about anybody hitting you back. And that's the thing, is that like, oh, so I have fought this guy before. I recognize this dude. I think I did a PvP with this guy. Hang on. I don't know if I want to do another one. Did I? If I cored this guy once before, I mean, maybe I'll go fight him again. I don't know. I think I did core this guy, actually. Yeah, I did. Huh. See. Kind of debating if I want to go for this or not. Yeah, might as well. Oh, that's cool. No, I didn't want to, there isn't a C shape on here, is there? Shame. Nah. I want to go for that one.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched.
Okay. This guy's emblem is kind of funny. Yeah, I'll try this again.
Unit dispatched.
There we go.
Heading to FOB.
I think I'll be nice and I'll give this guy a fair shake this time, because the last time I fought him, it was kind of like he just showed up at the last minute and I was like, nah, you know what? At this point, I'm just gonna... At that point, I was like, I'm just gonna core him, I don't care. But I wanna see if he knows his stuff. Although then again, the same thing could happen. I was happy with it last time because I didn't get spotted, which was good. The whole time I was able to do that in stealth, which was good. I mean, of course, I slaughtered a bunch of guards, but... I always forget. Regardless of the layout that I'm at. Yeah, I could certainly... Wow, okay, I actually got him in time. That's cool. Bonk. See, like, what do you do at that point? Do that. I don't like getting spotted when I start a PvP because, obviously who the fuck does. But it's like, you can't really help it very much. Stop that. Are we clear here? Of course not. There's always one guy. Hey, bro. I'm gonna have to ask you to stop doing that. See, and this is why med is kind of nice for PvP, because all of the guards just like run into the same area, and it's really easy to hit all of them.
Caution, heavy mist anticipated.
See, I don't like that sound. Ow. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, like I said, the last time I fought this guy, he took forever to show up, so I'm not really counting on him to do it again. But it'd be nice, at least. Come on, let me hit that. There we go. Oh my god. It's always fucking foggy, isn't it? Can't have shit around here.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
See, the thing that I find kind of funny is when you think about it, I don't really think they intended for you to have like all S++ security guards, because like consider how expensive that would be. I mean, you know, obviously we have the benefit of not having
Analysis complete.
we have the benefit of having all these farming bases and stuff, but I feel like initially it was not intended for it to be like that. If this guy doesn't show up, I'm not going to core him again. Because that would just be mean. Yeah, and this is the thing, is I think that S-ranked guards are just a tiny bit less smart, I guess. Because the guards actually, like, their AI gets better the higher grade they are, the higher rank they are, which, you know, makes sense. But it is interesting because I feel like that's something that not a lot of people really realize. I think I'm gonna just sit here. I'm gonna sit here for as long as I can, and then with my luck, I'm gonna get back, and he's gonna have like fucking cord me on one of my incomplete decks or something, which would be annoying as hell. But I guess I can't really blame, because you know, like, I love how they're just standing there, just staring at the smoke.
Complete.
Like, you gonna do anything? Another one. Oh, there he is. See, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. Or benefit of the doubt. I left, that's not the right term. I gave him the benefit of, you know, doing like a standard PvP setup. In that I left these guards alive, but now I'm not going to. Now they're all gonna die. I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm expecting him to be not really inclined to run at me. I don't think he's in my line of sight here. Which is good, let's keep it that way. I saw him there. I am not missing today. He's like sitting up there. Can't see him. With my luck, he's gonna pop out and shoot me in the fucking face. Which, you know what, would be more than fair. I'm gonna get up a little higher, I think. Ow. Is that... No. I wonder where he's at. I wonder, is he like below? Is he like hiding or something? Or what are we doing here? I mean, okay, I'll get moving, I guess. What I'll do... I think he's just, like, below the... I think he's, like, down there. Oh, he's right there. Teehee. Hang on. Hi. I think he can see me now. I was kind of dumb. I shouldn't have done that, but whatever. I could... See, now I feel bad. Because I could just take his head off right there. But that... Hey man, he was reaching. He's reaching! He's reaching! Probably didn't need to do that, to be honest, but... Because I want to get those guys... Same story. Oh. Oh, see, now that's not good. Almost. I need to get rid of these guys.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Brother, you know that I can see you, right? Hey, Shadow, what's up, man? Hi. I feel kind of bad. How did I get out of that one? The world will never know. I thought for sure he had me there. Sorry, bro. I feel bad. I feel bad about that. I'm sorry. I'm such a goblin. I want to get my cores with defender present. I'm sorry. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have incomplete decks on my FOB. He can get his staff back. I swear to God. I will let him, if he can make it to the core, I'll let him core me. I don't care. Because I feel bad about that. But I know that's going to inevitably come with the fact that he's going to take some of my staff. But I have more than enough people. I feel so bad about that. I don't even care that he was using quiet. I really don't. That is just a... Oh, I have a nuke. Right. I kind of forgot about that. You know what? I think I'm going to get rid of that, actually. Yeah.
Nuclear weapons disposal complete.
Never mind. I wasn't going to hold on to that. Try to get to my 100 disposed nukes. Which realistically isn't even that much, but... Let's see here. It's always at the most inconvenient times that this guy isn't open. Somebody is attacking that guy. I feel bad. This is the thing, is I see these incomplete bases, and I'm like, I bet this guy just doesn't even know what security challenge does. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think that guy just is like trying to figure out what the hell security challenge does. I think somebody's in his base right now, which means he's probably going to get messed up, which is unfortunate, but anyway, I have some indirects that I should probably start getting rid of. Oh wait, that's not my indirect list. The only issue is I feel like most of these people I've infiltrated like at least once before. Like this guy I'm pretty sure I've hit before, and this guy I'm pretty sure I've hit before, but... Oh, interesting, non-lethal. I guess that makes my life a little easier. I won't complain. One thing that I need to do here. Yeah, see, in my last video, if you noticed, I didn't have my... Oh dear. I didn't have my energy walls. And so I had to use the box when I got to the end of the... Do I really need 5? That feels a little expensive. I think I'll just take the grade 7. I think that's good enough. And I also need to not forget that I need that pistol. Also, hi, how's it going, Potato? Good to see you here. Saw your comment, but I didn't say hi.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB. You can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits.
Yeah, I do hope that other guy is able to get into my base and get his people back. Because I feel bad about that, to be totally honest. I'm not really, I'm not one of those people that's going to be like, oh, he's using quiet, no mercy. I'm not going to be like that. Like, I don't know. I mean, if you're using quiet and you know how to use quiet and it's like a situation where it's like obnoxious, okay, that might be a different story. But I really am not a fan of just like blowing people up like that. It's not really my cup of tea. Yeah, there's so many damn people over here. Stop moving, please. I can only hit you if you are like standing perfectly still with your pants down. Props to this guy for going non-lethal though. That is a baller thing to do. I'm looking at these mines, I'm like, oh man, I'm so nervous because they're gonna hit me, and I'm like, wait a minute, no they're not. Like, non-lethal mines are like the worst mines in the entire game. Whatever. Oh, and this is even better because I can get ammo from these guys. I keep trying to hit them from long range like that, and it doesn't usually work. Eh. Can we... Dude, this game is schizophrenic. There we go. How did that go, bruh? How did it go over there? Why is he looking over there? Should have just tried to use the... Damn, bruh. Fuck. Forget how bad I am at that sometimes. But like I said, respect for using non-lethal. I've never been brave enough to actually go non-lethal because I don't know. It's just objectively worse than lethal in every in every way that you can possibly think of, which sucks, but that's how it be. Yeah, my sniper is very good. My skills are not necessarily. Everybody has their off days, though. I should really like to get some more ammo from these people. That's one of my favorite things ever, is being able to do that. That's why I love non-lethal, actually. Hey, could you... point your beautiful face this way? Why do I even bother throwing smoke at this thing? This camera. When I think about it, it's kind of pointless, because you can just... I don't know. Ah, shit. That was good. I'll give you that. And I only have one bullet left in this. Oh, fuck. I'll just go here, then. I don't think either of them should see me at this point. Stop doing that. Oh, great. Hey, guys. Okay. How do I want to do this? Okay. So I gotta be quick here. I just want the ammo. Do both of these guys have snipers or just one? I really hope this camera doesn't see me here. No, it won't. Okay, cool. Really? You don't see me. Yeah, man. The non-lethal is a baller move. And this guy takes that shit seriously, which I respect. Look over here. Look over... I was looking, I was like, I was like, something about that doesn't feel right. Nope, don't. They're so twitchy. I hate it when they just move so much. Come on, one more. This guy behind me is gonna fuck me up. Man. I'm trying to take these, like, long-range shots that I really should not be trying to take because they're just not worth it. Why did you turn around? Look over here. Damn, 28 hit. Oh, fuck. Hey, man. Is that everybody? Please tell me that's everybody. No! Man, I took way too long. I thought I had that guy, too. Shit.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt?
That sucks. That would have been a really good score. I don't know if that would have broken my high score or anything, but... would have been really good. Fuck. And I get a wormhole, too? Are you serious? That doesn't make sense. I really thought that I had, gotten that guy in time, but... that's not fun. Yeah, I do think that is kind of one of my, fatal flaws, unfortunately, where I'll just, like... I'll get so caught up in doing one thing that I'm not paying attention. Yeah, I mean, when I get, to be fair, I guess, when the guy saw me, I wasn't even looking remotely in his direction. So, I guess that just kind of stand to reason then.
Clouds approaching.
Okay, so what I really want to do is I want to get enough precious metals for the next level of UAV. I really am going to need one of those. I'm really going to need the UAV because that thing is... that's the battery vaporizer version, so I need that badly. because that's going to make my defense level go up a good amount.
FOB.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my farming here. I'm going to finish getting all of my fuel, and then I think at that point I'll switch to getting precious metals. I don't actually know if I get any from doing this. This platform specifically, I mean.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Yeah, and that guy, I sure hope he does not go for one of my incomplete platforms, just because I stand a much better chance of actually being able to stop him on a platform that is complete, but you blew yourself up. Nice one, bud.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. CP, this is Zone 4. Lost visual contact. Tango last known position. Over. This is CP. Understood. Make your check, but proceed with caution. Out.
I don't know. I feel like farming with wormholes open is actually kind of a good idea, because it's not gonna take me forever to get through this. It's not gonna take me forever to farm. Like every single run that I do is usually pretty quick, so I can probably catch someone if they get to my base. See, now I kind of regret getting rid of that nuke, but I didn't even check to see if that guy was online before I hit him. Oh, man. I had, what, 28 headshots, 9 tactical takedowns, or 10? I should really not be so hung up on this, but, you know, it's just kind of frustrating.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
That's in there. I get the feeling a lot of the people that are in my indirect list are not on my
To FOB.
time zone. That's the thing. One of the things that I absolutely hate about the fact that I'm an American player in this game is I feel like most of the active players are not in my time zone. So again, you know, what ends up happening is I hit somebody and I open a wormhole, and then I, you know, get off, go to bed, and then I wake up, and then I've lost a bunch of people. Or at least I've been attacked overnight, and it's just like, you know, it would have been nice if I was there to, you know, be there for it. You know, I want to rant about something really quick. Not really rant, but just like, I guess discuss that it's something that kind of bothers me. I feel like movies are just like terrible. Wow. Speaking of terrible. That was embarrassing. We're gonna ignore that. Nobody gets past me and then I put him to sleep. Nice. Anyway, yeah, I feel like movies just suck these days. And I don't know. I mean, I like movies, of course, but I feel like, at least in America, movies these days just feel like slop. Like, they just don't have any of the creativity that I remember movies having. Oh, what's up? How's it going, bro? I don't remember movies being so seemingly low quality. Oh, this guy's still awake? Are we serious? I don't know. And I don't want to sound like some out of touch person. But it's just like, personally, I don't see the appeal of movies anymore. And me personally, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't like TV that much in general as well. I don't think that I can say that I've ever found like an American TV show that I've genuinely been interested in. The only one that I ever tried to start watching was the Chernobyl miniseries, but that was like forever ago. And it's weird. It's like one of the criticisms that I have of TV in general is I feel like for as good as a show can be, sometimes I feel like the pacing of TV stuff kind of pisses me off, because I'm like, why are we taking so long to get to the point? Like, this is supposed to be, you know, like a 20-minute episode. And, you know, now they've extended it into stuff like, oh, you know, every episode is like 45 minutes and every movie is like a mini film, right? And I don't dislike that idea, but I just think it's a little, I think I took too long there. I screwed myself over so bad there. Should not have been. I don't even know what I did wrong here. Usually they go down pretty easily. And like, one thing that I'll say is that I guess I understand the idea of, like, you know, TV does kind of have to appeal to a large audience and as large of an audience as possible. But then it's also like, okay, then why are you even making the show in the way that you're making it? Why do you even categorize it into a genre? Because if you're just making it for as many people as possible to watch it, it's like, I don't see the point in that, me personally. But I was just never a TV person, I guess. I liked cartoons as a kid. I liked shows when I was a kid, but... And I'm not saying that, oh, everything was better when I was a kid, because, you know, there's good stuff these days, of course, but I guess me personally, I don't really enjoy it, and I don't like TVs, and movies by and large just feel like they're not usually... Movies are just weird, because, I mean, number one, they're a serious investment. Like, let's keep that in mind. They're a serious investment because movie tickets are fucking expensive. And the other thing is that you know, if you end up not liking the movie,
Mission successful.
it's like $30 you're not going to get back, in addition to like an hour and a half of your life. So it is kind of a investment in that regard. I mean, the only movies that I'm really interested in seeing are The Odyssey, the Christopher Nolan movie. I definitely like Christopher Nolan movies. I think those are pretty good, even if they are a bit long-winded. Although, to be fair, I don't know. One thing that I'll say is maybe I just don't watch enough movies, you know? Maybe I just don't watch enough movies. Maybe I'm just not like... Because I have a friend who watches a good amount of movies, and he you know, he always tells me like, oh yeah, you know, this movie wasn't great, but I enjoyed it. Like people can be like, objectively this movie wasn't very good, but I think you can still enjoy it. A good amount of the movie industry is just like the experience of going to a movie, and it's, I don't know, maybe I'm just getting too like caught up in the reviews and stuff like that. I've just not seen very many movies that were like, this was really good overall. I mean, there have been a, you know, they exist, and I've seen people say that, oh yeah, this movie was good, and you know, I've seen recent movies that get pretty widespread acclaim, but it's also like, for every one movie that is pretty well acclaimed, there's like 3 or 4 or 5 that are just like meh. And that's the thing, is I just, if I'm gonna entertain myself, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is, if I'm gonna entertain myself, I don't want to, I want to get something out of it, you know?
Make your way into the heart of the rival PF's
I want to get something out of it,
capture status.
and a movie is kind of a toss-up. It's kind of a, it's kind of like, it might be good, it might not be good, and it's not even that it might be good or it might not be good, it's, you just might not enjoy it, you know? One of the things that I find really funny about this game is the guards will willingly mag dump the resource containers in order to kill you. It is kind of silly, just like how stupid they are in general. And I'm not, I mean, the AI is usually pretty good. Hey man. Is there a dude? Oh, he's up here. There we go. There we go. I don't know. One teacher of mine that I had one time said that, you know, there's a difference between art and entertainment. And he was specifically talking about music. But I think the same could absolutely be applied to movies and TV as well. Why are there so many people over here? The fuck? Man, please don't come down here. Why? Wait, why are they down here? This is weird. Normally they don't come down here. I love how quiet CQC just like misses half the time. Oh, you wanted to hit this guy? Yeah, good fucking luck.
Subject on board.
But anyway, like I was saying, you know, there is absolutely a difference between art and entertainment. And I think that for the most part, a lot of movies that we see today are entertainment. And there's nothing wrong with entertainment. Like, you can have good entertainment, but there just isn't really art anymore. Even, you know, like I said I enjoyed Christopher Nolan movies. I think that something like Oppenheimer specifically, probably my favorite movie of all time. But I would also say, though, that it's probably not in the category of art. Interstellar is a different story, though. Interstellar is a different story, in my opinion. I do think Interstellar is art. The Batman movies that Christopher Nolan made probably classify as entertainment. They're not, like, super deep. They're really well made, of course, but... Man, I am just getting screwed over. Because the important thing about doing the farming here is it's just gotta be, you gotta lose them, and then you have to let the alert go off, and if they wake up too fast, then they'll find you, and, you know, it's a whole issue.
Successful.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Where are we at here? Oh, we're getting close. Oh man, my life has improved so much since this base came online. Seriously. Or since it got to a reasonable level where you can get a good amount of resources from it. So helpful. Shout out to this guy. Really? Alright, well, you know what that means. Time to go ghost somebody. Because people can be in that base for like 30 years or 5 seconds. It's kind of crazy.
Clouds approaching.
I mean, I guess this is a little bit better than before, where there was just like nobody in my indirect tab that had any level of security to it, but
FOB.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Okay. So let's not make the same mistake that we made last time. Man, I really think that they should have extended and made the hitboxes for these guards bigger. I don't know. I mean, I guess realist. So, okay, that could have been really bad. I'm glad that I had the fucking gas pistol equipped when I did. No, dog. I love the fact that these snipers are genuinely just like... I love it when they're like over there and they're staring that direction. Like, what are you looking at, dude? It's perfectly placed, actually. Dude, are we serious? I swear I hit him with those pistol shots. Nuts. Yo, dog. Sometimes it's really funny how fucking clueless these guards are. Yeah, this is a nice R&D layout because it usually gives you a good line of sight to a lot of the guards posted on eye positions, such as that. Oh my god, hitting them is a different fucking story, though.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
That's kind of a thing that I should start doing more often. Aww. Dude. That would have been a good camera. I do find that kind of funny how you can just like literally stand right in front of it and it won't see you. Oof. I used to be able to lead my shots like crazy and like just hit them as they're moving. I don't really think I can do that anymore. I kind of lost my touch there. I mean, sometimes I can do it, but you know, the hitbox for their face can be like tiny. See, I've considered using a different scope because sometimes I feel like that kind of screws me over. Like it's kind of silly, but I genuinely think that the crosshair that you use, the crosshair of the scope that you use can actually have a big impact. Beat Memo in the tournament 14-0, nice. I meant to watch that tournament, to be totally honest, but it was like it was always live when I was in the middle of something, and I was like, ah, shit. So is the tournament over now? Is that like game over, or was that just there? I guess I could always watch the VODs, but no offense, who the hell watches VODs? Is this guy waking up? Wait. No. Okay, so it's that guy. Never mind. I don't care about him. That was the first. Oh, okay. I see. I was gonna say, like, if that was the whole thing, then that is pretty quick for an FOB tournament. I do want to do one of those on PC, but I don't know, man. PC players fucking scare me. They're like sweaty as hell. But then again, I probably shouldn't. Yeah. No, I knew Memo was like the #1. I really thought that Neo was. I really thought that Neo was the best player on PlayStation, but please don't let this guy see me. Okay, he's going the long way. No, we're fine. You can hear this UAV right here. Come on. Dude, can we hurry the fuck up? This is the thing, is I never want to move. It's moving away from me. Wait, no, it's not. Yeah, it's like right there. I can hear it. I know it's right there. Thank God. I really should have gone. I needed, yeah, that's the thing. There's no undisputed best player on PlayStation. Okay. Yeah, wasn't Memo like #1 in terms of espionage score or something like that? I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, this guy has not had any mines on his base. Where could it possibly be? You got out of that? Wow. Now we take those.
Infiltration successful.
And doesn't have a job? Okay, I mean...
Arrived at Mother Base.
Yeah, I knew Memo was like the most OG of OGs, but yeah, I guess I didn't know the full extent of it. That is crazy though.
Did your parents' dumbest fear almost...
Swear I turned that off. Still nothing. Yeah, that is really impressive because he is a bit of a he's a newer player, and that is good for him for sure. No, now I guess I'll have to actually pay attention to this tournament now, huh? Sweet. Although I need to look actually. Memo literally never got a kill. That's crazy. I'm guessing 5 more runs. I'm gonna make a conjecture. I'm gonna say 5 more of these runs
Heading
to get
FOB.
the max that I need. I don't know. I kind of want to get rid of some of those special staff, the eye and the finger guy, and some of the other people that are like direct contracted that I don't really care about because they're just kind of a drain on the PF as a whole. But at the same time, though, it's like they are a
Successfully sneak your way
they are nice to have.
and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
They are kind of nice to have just for the you know, they're the oldest staff members that you can get. They're like the special ones with the tattoos and whatnot. I don't know why I keep putting on my night vision. Force of habit. I need the energy wall equipped. I was probably too many shots there, but yeah, I feel like you should trust yourself a bit more than I'm gonna get mag dumped and die, right? Guess not. Oh, my battle dress. I'm so dumb. Of course I'm not gonna die immediately. I fucking upgraded my battle dress. I was like, I seem to be taking less damage than I usually do. And I was like, I wonder why that is. And then I was like, oh, right. I don't know how that hasn't occurred to me yet. Why are there always people coming for me? Who the hell plays Ocelot? That is a great question. I actually fought somebody who was using Ocelot earlier. I had the grade 10 sniper. He died immediately. I don't actually know. I don't know. I know that he can use, if you have the revolvers equipped, the special tornado revolvers, he can dual wield them, which is like cool, I guess, but the fire rate's a little faster, and it's just a cosmetic thing more than anything else. I don't actually know what special abilities he has, if any.
CP, this is Zone 4. No sign of the enemy. Searching the area. Over. This is CP. Understood. Don't let them get the drop on you. Keep your guard up. Out.
Infiltration successful.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
I feel like a lot of Metal Gear players don't give anything a chance. What do you mean by that? Like, they don't try to do things differently in terms of like playstyle? I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my mind. But I will say I think I kind of fall victim to that myself. Am I maxed? It just processed a shit ton. No. They drop every new Metal Gear thing instantly. Yeah. I mean, if you're talking about Delta specifically, I'm gonna defend the people that dropped that immediately because I agree with not wanting to play that game because I didn't think it was very good, but
Heading to FOB.
it's not terrible, but
Deploying.
I mean, and I bet I don't know. It does depend on if it's actually good, but the Master Collection Volume 2 has the potential to be a really good revival for the community. But that is, again, only if the game is actually good and not garbage. Which, you know... Me personally, I'm not terribly, I don't have a lot of hope for that. That Volume 2 is actually good. I personally don't have a lot of hope for that. But, okay, I was just trying to see how much I could tank. Really? That's interesting.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
The range on that thing is so, like... You gotta be so careful when you use it, because if you overshoot, then you screw yourself over just like that.
Heading to FOB. Deploying.
Konami had a live stream of Volume 2 and ran 4K 60 FPS on the PS5. Keep in mind, game is announced for Nintendo Switch. Switch could not handle a simple... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. 4K 60 FPS, to me, if the game runs natively at that, great, awesome, incredible. I hope they learned their lesson from the first one, when they absolutely, like, botched the hell out of that, and then it sucked. But, I don't know. I think I personally would just be a lot happier to see Metal Gear in the hands of a different company. Because Konami just seems to not care. Like, and I'm not really surprised. I'm not surprised, and from a business perspective, I kind of can't even blame them at the same time, too. Because, yeah, you know, who the hell wants to support a game that is over 10 years old with, you know, just shy of, like, 1,000 concurrent players? You know, no one really wants to deal with that. But I still think that the company has a responsibility. I will say this. I think that game publishers, game studios in general these days are just terrible companies. I really do not like the direction that gaming is headed from an administrative point of view. I don't like how companies treat their players, and I don't like how they treat their games. No other company can do MGS like this, though. I don't know if I agree with that, honestly, because they're porting MGS4 and Peace Walker. And yeah, you know, everybody was saying for the longest time, oh man, Peace Walker's never gonna... I don't know. I don't... Konami is just not relevant these days, I think. I think that's their problem, is they're just not terribly relevant. They put out the Silent Hill games, they put out Silent Hill F, and people played it. It didn't really make waves. They put out Delta, people played it, didn't really make waves. They put out the Master Collection, that made waves in the wrong way. That made the bad kind of waves. And they've got Yu-Gi-Oh! That they're dealing with. I don't know. I feel like if Konami really wanted to, I do feel like they're making more than enough money from the other things that they're doing to support Metal Gear, or at least just, like, keep it going and not really do a whole lot to it.
Arrived at Mother
But
Base.
that's the problem, though, is I feel like a lot of people, myself included, would like to see some kind of something new in Metal Gear. I don't know. I mean, to your point, I will say that Konami has owned Metal Gear forever, and the community, it's not like Metal Gear has been changing hands, you know? It's always been Konami that published this game. When people, you know, the community has always had Konami to look at, and, you know, it's been consistent, at least, you know? It's not been like, oh, it's going to Ubisoft, now it's going to Activision, now it's going to whoever. It's always been one company, you know? So that is somewhat positive, I think. But I mean, you know, Sony just killed physical games, which is like awesome. Congrats, great for you guys. Which, you know, everybody of course hated. I think that the issue is not necessarily a Konami issue or a Sony issue or a Rockstar issue or a Ubisoft issue. It's just an industry problem. It's just the industry is not terribly consumer sensitive, in my opinion. And in saying that, you know, I think people have seen Microsoft make some interesting moves. I think they have a new CEO for Xbox or something like that. And apparently she's actually doing some good things, which is great. This is my whole thing, is I think that putting the Metal Gear games on modern platforms is genuinely the bare minimum. I think that this is such a, you know, foundational franchise, not just to Konami, but to video gaming in general. I think it was a new CEO of Microsoft or something. Probably not the CEO of Microsoft, because that wouldn't make any sense. But anyway, yeah, the new CEO of Xbox did some stuff that people are apparently pretty happy with, which is great. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I think Metal Gear should be in the hands of Xbox, but I'm just saying that, you know, there are bright patches. There are, you know, there's hope there's hope that it's not completely, you know, the industry's not completely cooked. Yeah, I'm not endorsing them. I'm not saying that, oh, it would be a good thing if they were to take control of Metal Gear. I definitely think Sony would probably be a better publisher to, you know, take the reins. But this is the thing, like I'm saying, is the industry as a whole they don't care about the games, they don't care about the players. You know, back when Metal Gear was, you know, first getting released, you know, MGS5 was like, it was honestly kind of funny that all of the Konami Kojima stuff went down when it did, because I'm sure, and you know, he's still making games. He's still making games, but I'm sure he's not happy with how the industry works. Because like I said, they don't care about the games. They don't care about the players. They don't even care about their own people. They care about making money. I don't trust any corporation as far as I can throw them, especially when it comes to my entertainment products. Because, I want my entertainment products to be of good quality. And I think that what we saw with the, early Kojima era of Metal Gear is he was given the support that he needed to be creative. And, that gave us really great games, which is awesome. But, I think we are running into a problem now, and not even running present participle, present tense. We've been having issues for the longest time with game companies not caring about their games and their players and anything else other than money. And the reason that I bring up Kojima specifically is because, I think it's funny that he got out of Konami when he did, because that was like the genesis, that was the beginning of this really corporatized and really, sort of mass-produced culture in the gaming industry.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them.
Yeah, the whole waiting and seeing thing it's better than actively ruining. It's better than actively ruining your game, although, case in point, they did actively ruin this game by shutting down the Russian servers. So, yeah, I guess Konami doesn't really like to do a whole lot. They do like to keep you waiting, pun intended. But unfortunately, even when they do something, I can't say that it's always a good thing, and I can't say that it's usually a good thing. I can't say that I have seen any of their recent moves as good, as, helpful for the industry or for their games. Not for the industry, for their games specifically. I can't say that I've found their business strategy. And, I talk like I know how they work. I mean, I'm a consumer. I don't know how they like to do things, really. I don't know. My analysis of the gaming industry is rather minimal. My understanding of it is rather minimal, and my I mean, I sure hope they're about to do something big soon. That would be excellent. And this is the thing. One rebuttal that I'll make to your point about waiting is better than actively. Well, that was my point, but one thing that I'll say about Konami waiting around is they are, in my opinion, they don't want to take risks, which I understand, but they're waiting and waiting and waiting, and then they try to do something, and then it's not good, and then they wait some more, and at this point, you're just being too cautious. That's my whole thing, is I feel like if they were gonna do something, they should make an effort. They should try. They shouldn't just wait and wait and wait and I mean, MGS4, I will grant that, I'm sure porting it wasn't an easy option, but this is the thing, is the point that I'm going to make is, how big of a risk did they take, really? Because how big of a risk did they really take? Because we don't have the product yet. We don't have the product, we don't know the quality, we don't know anything about it. All we know is that they're hyping it up. They're like, oh yeah, it's MGS4, it's Peace Walker, it's going to be great. That's awesome. I want to believe that it's going to be good, but I'm pretty and this is the thing is the risk that they take is directly correlated, in my opinion at least. I would say that the risk taking correlates directly to the quality of what you get. With the Master Collection, you saw them, okay, we're going to port this to modern platforms. Great, awesome. That was a risk. Any business decision is a risk. And they took the risk, and they evidently did not want to risk very much, because when it came out, it was trash. They didn't give us half of the things that they promised. They thought that they could get away with doing a half-assed job, and the community tore them to shreds over it. With something like Volume 2, yeah, that's a bigger risk, because I'm sure it was much more difficult to port something from PS3 to PC. I'm sure it was, because, the PS3 is the PS3. It's like the most proprietary gaming console ever made. Trying to do anything with that platform, trying to put games on that platform anywhere else is going to be a struggle. I recognize that, but at the same time, I do think that, the risk that you take, you can, risk is just a word. You can take a big risk, you can take a small risk, you're still taking a risk. And what I'm saying is we shouldn't be content to, we shouldn't be content with them coming out with garbage. We shouldn't be content with them coming out with subpar stuff. And I know I'm sounding very negative and nihilistic about all this, but I'm just trying to be somewhat realistic. Yeah, no, I'm fully aware. Like I said, the risk that they're taking from porting the risk that they're taking from porting MGS4 is significantly bigger, because not only is that game much higher profile than, I would argue, the other Metal Gear games. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying the other Metal Gear games are fucking unknown. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it's much higher profile, because I think a lot of the culture surrounding it is people were much more aware of that game. Metal Gear was already firmly established as a franchise when that came out. It wasn't MGS2, but MGS2 was still a game that that was only the second game released in English in America, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and that's my point. It is a bigger risk to be too careful, because if you're not going to do anything, then your inaction is going to hurt you, in my opinion, significantly more than screwing something up. If the community can at least see that they're trying, that's a different story. But I personally don't see them trying. I see them waiting and waiting and waiting, and putting out something, and then it's not good, or it's just not really interesting, and people don't really care a whole lot. And then they wait some more, because they don't know how to handle criticism, apparently. Yeah, I mean, all I can really say about MGS4 is that, it has so much, it does have a lot of stuff riding on it, I think. And if they screw it up, if they screw it up, I'm really not going to be too sympathetic, because my whole, like I'm saying, is I'm like, you're not willing to try, you're not willing to take a risk, you're not doing anything new, you're not doing anything innovative, you're remaking a game, you're porting it. Yeah, and I'm not saying that's not difficult, I'm not saying that's not a risk, but this is the thing about the Master Collection, is that it's going to sell no matter what. It's going to get attention. It's Metal Gear Solid. People are going to buy it on release, whether it's good or it's not. I know a guy who literally pre-ordered the game, and he is the biggest Metal Gear critic of all time. Like, he will rip into it if it's not good. I know for a fact. Yeah, it's going to sell. And this is my point. This is why the Master Collection Volume 1 was so disrespectful to the community, in my opinion. It was so disrespectful because they knew that it was going to be a success. They knew that people were going to buy it because it's Metal Gear Solid, right? So they overpromised, they underdelivered, and then they were like, okay, we're not going to fix the PC version for like a year because we just don't care, because it's going to sell. You see what I'm saying? It's just a dick move. And this is the kind of treatment that we've been getting from Konami, and stuff in MGS5 has had this problem too, is the cheating situation on PC, you know? They obviously know that it's still happening, but they don't do anything about it. And then they're like, okay, we're going to shut down the Russian servers. And then boom, they ban all of the Russian accounts, but you still have cheaters running around with game-breaking cheats. They run around with game-breaking cheats, and Konami is just like, it's just radio silence, you know? It's radio silence. They know that this game is flawed and it still has players, and they know that people want it to be better, and they just don't care. Why did they abandon the game in 2018? Why did they release Quiet and then never touch it ever again? They gave it, I think I did the math on this. They gave it like a year. No, it was released in what? 2015. So 2015 to July 2018. But it is a platform-wide problem. It is everywhere on PC. You cannot play on PC without encountering cheaters. And I know that you're gonna, oh, but it's not on PlayStation. Well, that shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter which platform it's on. People are able to drain your base. People are able to remove every single staff member and every single equipment and every single resource that you have to zero on PC. You can log into your account and all of your FOB progress will be wiped. You'll have no resources, you'll have no staff, you'll have no guns, you'll have no nothing. And yeah, even still, it's not happening across platforms, but it's still a problem, and it's affecting. Keep in mind that PC has at least 1,000 concurrent players most of the time. Now, not all of those players are in FOBs, of course, but they are still playing the game. And if they get to FOBs, the contingent of those 1,000 people that are playing FOBs, they have to deal with this shit every single day. And so I don't give Konami any lenience or any grace when it comes to the cheating problem, because it's clear that they don't give a shit. And, you know, this game being 10 years old, this is another... This is something, maybe if you guys are familiar with the Stop Killing Games initiative, this is one of those things. This is part of what the Stop Killing Games initiative is all about, and which I support, because I'm like, yeah, you should not be able to just let your game die. You should not be able to just, like, abandon your game to the fucking abyss the second you get sick of supporting it. People paid money for this. You know, this is the thing, is that video games are one of the only, video games and digital media in general, it's one of the only industries where you can get away with making something subpar or even making something good and then, you know, not giving any ownership to the people buying it. Yeah, I would agree for sure. And Delta, you know, it wasn't a bad game, but it could have been significantly better. Significantly better. It could have been better in just about every single way. Other than, well, actually no, I was going to say other than maybe the graphics, but even the graphics could have been better from a performance standpoint. That's what I would say. But anyway, yeah, I don't think Konami cares. I don't think that they are interested in making quality games anymore. I appreciate them porting the Metal Gear games to the modern platforms, but all we really have to go on is the Master Collection that was a joke and everybody hated for good reason because it did not follow up on the promises that they made. And if they want to make something good, they're going to have to, you know, they're going to have to, I don't know what they're going to have to do. I'm tempted to say bring back Kojima, but that would never happen. I don't know. I understand, you know, I understand wanting, I don't know. I don't think it's worth defending Konami. I don't think it's worth defending their decisions with this game because, and I don't have a very, you know, vast perspective on this myself because I only started playing Metal Gear like
Extraction of
3 years ago.
database.
2023, 2022, something like that. That was the first time I even picked up, not even this game, but any Metal Gear game. That was the first time I picked up a Metal Gear game. And, you know, it was just ever since I've played these games, I've just seen Konami shit the bed. You know, I think what got me excited for Metal Gear was the announcement of Delta. I saw that trailer and I was like, man, shit, I should probably play this game, right? I should probably play these games. So that's what got me into it, right? And then Delta was delayed for what, like a year and a half or something? 2 years? It was ridiculous. And yeah, they were building an entire game from the ground up. But this is the thing. This is what has to, you know, this is what you have to understand is that
FOB.
I don't think that this game costs nothing to keep up. It probably costs a lot more than any of us think because it's an old game. Because it's an old game, they are, you know, they're having to, you know, keep it up. The Fox engine is proprietary software that I don't even think they use anymore. I'm pretty sure they phased out the Fox engine completely. Look at Metal Gear Survive. Metal Gear Survive was the epitome of Konami's shit behavior. It was the epitome of their, you know, profit over people thing. Because that game was literally just made to recoup the losses from the Phantom Pain. Because this game cost $98 million to make. And they were like, okay, we have this, and we're going to kick out Kojima. And now we have this engine, and we have all these assets. What do we do with them? And so they made Survive, and Survive was a shit show. People hated it. People hated it. It was not interesting. It was just designed to suck as much money as possible out of the player base, which obviously everybody caught on to, and everybody was like, yeah, this is shitty and this sucks. I mean, firing him, burning him means just like, you know, cutting ties completely and being like, being not explicitly saying it, but in a professional sense, being like, fuck you. I mean, they didn't let him accept his award for the Game Awards, you know. That's as bad as fuck you as it gets, you know. In terms of how much a company can really say that to somebody. But I don't know. I don't have any faith in any gaming company, least of all Konami, because this is the thing, is Metal Gear is unlike any other game series I've ever played. It is probably my favorite series ever. It's the only one that I've been playing for this fucking long. And seeing how they have treated such a creative and innovative game and innovative series, I'm just like... And this isn't to say that, oh, Kojima did nothing wrong, because he absolutely did. You know? He was not at all... He did not help his case. He did not help Konami not he did not give them a reason not to fire him, is what I'm trying to say. He gave them many reasons to fire him, or to burn the bridge at least. You know, and I think FOBs are probably just like a microcosm of the entire problem, because, again, creative, pretty, you know, pretty fun, but it's decrepit, it's not kept up, it's not moderated, it's just a litany of problems with FOBs in their current state. And what do they do? What does Konami do about it? Nothing. Nothing. And if they're gonna treat this game that they've had for 10 years like this, I shudder to think what they're gonna do with the future games. I shudder to think what they're gonna do with the Peace Walker co-op. Are they gonna shut that down in like 3 months? Or are they gonna, you know, if people are in Peace Walker co-op, and I don't know what kind of cheats that you could have in Peace Walker. I don't know what that could look like. I have no idea. But if people end up cheating in that, what are they going to do? Are they going to moderate it, or are they not? I can't really speak to how they moderated the game. I can't speak to how they moderated FOBs in the beginning, because I wasn't there for it. I'm assuming it wasn't like how it is now, which is terrible. I'm assuming they actually gave like a little bit of a shit about it, but I don't know. And all I can say is just I want Metal Gear to be a good franchise. I want Metal Gear to be kept up, and I want people to enjoy it. I want people to enjoy it like I enjoy it. And I don't think that Konami is doing their duty. I don't think that they're doing a good job, and I don't think that they're doing what they themselves got themselves into. I think that they are doing genuinely the bare minimum to keep people playing this game. And I don't even know if I can say that, because when you look at, you know, they abandoned Delta. Delta is completely and utterly abandoned. They don't care about that game. Nobody plays the online. I don't know that they ever had a plan for that game. How do you justify them just abandoning Fox Hunt like they did? You know? How do you justify them just being like, go fuck yourself. We're not going to develop this game anymore. We're not going to add anything to this game anymore. After people paid good money for it, you know? That's interesting.
Clouds approaching.
Yeah, there's I don't know what cheating would look like in Peace Walker. I don't know. I'm assuming it's gonna happen, just because it might not be, just because it doesn't look like it would give any real benefit doesn't mean people aren't gonna do it, because they totally are. I just don't know that I trust Konami to. I don't know that I trust them to make the port good. I don't know if I trust them to support the game. You know that we're literally missing content from MGS4, right? Like, they're not giving us MGO2, which is like, at least they haven't said they're giving it to us, which means that they're probably not giving it to us. If they're not going to say that they're going to give it to us, then we're not getting it. And that was like an integral part of MGS4. People still play that shit today. I don't see what I'm trying to understand here is like, what about Konami is so great? What about the way they've handled things warrants, you know, more? What about the way they've handled the franchise inclines you to defend them. I personally don't understand that. Because you've heard my point. I'm interested now. I'm interested to hear what you say, because like I said, I don't understand the logic behind defending Konami, considering how they've treated the franchise and the community as a whole. Is my shit breaking now? That's cool. Man, oh, it's only 4 o'clock. I kind of want to eat something, but I don't know. Maybe I will. Okay. Sorry about that. I got a little busy. Okay. You don't think another company could make Metal Gear as well as Konami? Weaker story, worse level design. Konami made Volume 1 bad. I think they were... Yeah, I mean, they were... I don't even know what the idea was there. I don't even know what they could have been thinking by releasing that with half of their promises unmet, you know? I mean, like, okay, if you're... I think we might have misunderstood each other, because if you were talking about, like, oh yeah, Konami... No other company historically would have let Metal Gear develop to the point that it did. I would probably agree with that, because, you know, like, I don't know any other company that would have let, you know, Kojima do what he wanted to do. I don't know any other company that would have let him have his creative freedom like that. I'm not saying that another company couldn't have done it, but what we do know is Konami did let him be creative. Konami did let him do what he wanted to do, and we ended up with a great series because of it, and, you know, I'm grateful in that regard. But my whole thing is, I just can't excuse the way that they're treating it now. You know, I'm not saying that they never cared, because I'm sure they did. I mean, this is... Metal Gear was, and still to a degree kind of is, a major source of income for them, you know? It's a major source of profit. And, you know, this is the whole thing, is that I think the mentality here is just, you know, provide the, you know, do a good job when it's in the best interests of the company. And evidently, they are not necessarily interested in doing that anymore, because I guess that, you know, this game is not as profitable as it once was, or the franchise is not as profitable as it once was. But I would low-key disagree with that. I think that the series is still very profitable, if, you know, the volumes of the Master Collection or anything to go off of. And that's what frustrates me, is, like, I feel like they are squandering the good thing that they have, which is very short-sighted in my opinion, because they're not doing a good job with it. At this point, they realize that, you know, Metal Gear doesn't have the soul behind it anymore. It doesn't have Kojima. It doesn't have its heart and soul anymore, and they know that the community knows that, and they know that the community cared about his creative vision more than anything else, because his creative vision is what gave us this. So my point is just that now that he's gone, they don't have any reason to feel that Metal Gear is going to be as profitable as it once was. They don't have any reason to necessarily care as much as they did. I'm not saying that excuses the fact that they don't really care anymore. It definitely doesn't. I'm just saying you can see where the apathy might come from.
He's coming too. Roger that.
I don't know if I would agree that MGS5 is not viable anymore in terms of, you know, making money for Konami. You could make that point, but I don't know that I would agree with that, because I still think that, you know, there's still people that pay for MB coins and stuff, and at the very least, this is basically the only online Metal Gear multiplayer experience that has any manner of consistent players. And this is the thing. Is the reason that FOB's caught on so well is because, like everything else, because Kojima had the vision to make the core gameplay of this game really, really good, and then people were like, well, we want to, you know, experience this in a multiplayer setting, so there you go. And now we have the culture and the community of FOBs that we have now. They make no money from it, basically no one would care anyways, and it isn't a problem on every platform. So any company would probably... I don't know. I don't know that any... I understand and I agree that, yeah, this is an old game, and I'm sure that it doesn't have the profitability that it used to, but I still think it's just a disservice to the community in general. you know? And this isn't an isolated thing. It's not an isolated thing. Is the way, you know, the contempt that I feel they have for the FOB people, at least, seems to have extended to the Master Collection, at least the first volume. It seemed that they were like, yeah, what can we get away with? That should never be the conversation that a company is having, at least from my perspective. A company should never be like, okay, how much can we get away with? How much can we, like, you know, not follow up on what we said we would before they get pissed off? What kind of a mindset is that? What kind of a mindset is it where how much can we push the envelope before they get angry? Before, you know, we start feeling repercussions from that? That should never be the case. I'm not saying that they're going to do that again. I hope they don't. If they do, they're going to have hell to pay for it. 100%. And it's going to be completely deserved. But I don't know. All I can say is I just don't see a reason. Can this thing load? I'd really like to defend my base. Why is it lagging right now? Why is it not... I really don't want to restart the game. With my luck, I'm gonna... Yeah, I guess I fucking might as well. My luck, I'm gonna restart the game, and then the guy's gonna just be gone. He's not gonna be there anymore. And I'm gonna get cored, and that's gonna suck, because my FOB is still incomplete, but... I don't know. I hope Volume 2 is... I hope Volume 2 is everything that everybody ever wanted out of Metal Gear. I really hope it is. But I don't see a... I don't see a reality where that happens. I personally don't see how that comes about. Again, just given the way that they have treated the series basically since MGS5. I think basically since MGS5, they're like, all right, the heart and soul isn't here anymore. The community knows that. We know that. They're not going to be able to make a Hideo Kojima game. They can't do it. No matter how hard they try. So that's cool. It didn't let me defend. But considering the fact that I got an alert, I don't know why this is not, like, working properly today. Is this server having issues right now? What is going on? Why does it keep freezing? Yeah, let me take a look at this. Oh, that's cool. Wait, you know what? Okay, this is fine. This is fine. That's cool. Whatever. You got spotted a lot here. I must say, I'm kind of impressed. I didn't think that he would actually be able to get through my base like that, but, you know, good for him. Yeah, that's cool. He got his vengeance. And he got a little something else for it too. Yeah. But anyway, it's hard to say what they're going to do in the future. It's hard to say what the future is going to hold. You know, we can't really say for certain anything like that. It's just, I don't know. I am just a person who demands the best out of, you know, whoever is This guy really needs to... Oh. Well, that sucks. See, now it doesn't give as many materials. Is this guy... Oh, he's not online. Well, that stinks. I gotta send him a message. I don't think he's online right now, but that's whatever. I'll give another look through my indirect list. I don't know. I might, oh my lord. What is this lag? I might call it quits here if there's... Oh my god. Is my indirect tab broken again? Dude, this happened before. This is so weird. Do I have to stop supporting somebody now? If I do that. Great. The only thing I can do about this is just go through and delete people from my list. Okay. That was a little odd. I'm trying to figure who's the most active and only make sure I have those people. I guess it was... So is the server just lagging or what? Okay, so it was lag. That's awesome. I don't really think there's anybody here worth... Would have gone for that guy, but he is not. Realistically, I should stop supporting him, honestly. I don't really know who else I could support that would. I'm sure this guy will have a fuck ton of wormholes. Or not. Or to break. See, I had a feeling it was him, but... I don't really think there's anybody else that I can support. I would like to support Samaras, but I don't think I can because he, it just... Okay, so it's not him then. Who is it? This is awesome. I just love troubleshooting when things break. Oh, that's cool. I wonder if that says something. Maybe that's just a glitch, but no? Oh, come on. Who could it be? Who could it be? I don't know if the server is just like lagging today or what. At this point, I'm literally... At this point, I don't have a choice but to stop playing.
Clouds approaching.
I'm literally just going to scroll through this list until it works. It was Dimitri? So now... I think that'll break it again. If I support him, unfortunately. I mean, I guess it kind of works out. I don't... You know, Dimitri's not playing anymore. He can't, so I don't think it makes a difference. I'm sure that's Samaras right there. It just kind of sucks because I know that he probably has a bunch of wormholes open to somebody. Okay, well, we got that fixed. Whatever. I mean, the good news is that I'm supporting all of these, like, random-ass bases, and that still gives me a good amount of people to go for. Hey, bro. Nobody's attacking him? I'm amazed. I guess it looks like he has insurance. Yeah, he lost like 2,000 metal from doing that, so I don't know. I think that'll probably be the end of it for me today. I don't know. I feel like I have more stuff that I want to do, but I guess I made a good dent in the
Fire project.
material requirement for this fucking thing. Yeah, I think I did the math, and I only have to do like 20 runs on this. I can do it again, honestly. So what I'll do is 285 900 minus 176 508. And then we divide that by 8,013. Yeah, the reason, I don't know. The reason it's taken me so long to get this thing is just because I don't like, I see, oh, I have to do 20 runs of that base, and I'm just like, ugh, you know. Does not encourage you at all. But anyway, I think that'll be all for me today. Appreciate everybody stopping by. I do appreciate the conversations that we're having. I know that, you know, disagreements happen, but at the end of the day, you know, this is just a video game, and we're all just trying to figure out how we can have fun with it, you know. So I appreciate the conversations and all that. Can this music like chill out? Damn. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Have a good one. See you later.